Hello and welcome to another episode of Weekly Word on Wednesday, where we talk all things theology, religion, and life tough questions in 3 minutes or less. I'm Oliver, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host Peyton Arnett.
So you could have put that stuff on your shirt and then just done this.
You're right.
You don't have to say anything.
I could have.
That's why I have a happy Sabbath mask.
That's how we're just going to start off each episode now. I'm just going to sit in front of the camera with my hoodie.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's why we have merch, just for that.
Just for that.
Nonverbal communication.
Oh, look who's talking. So as you can see, we're joined by a TikTok influencer today, Dannelly Boggs, a very close friend of ours. So everybody please give her a round of applause.
You know, I could just add a clap sound effect over it.
Please don't. We're not a 80s sitcom.
I'm gonna do it now.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
You know what? Just add a laugh track too.
Yeah.
Just for the funsies.
Yeah.
All right. So Dannelly, why don't you please introduce what we're going to be talking about today?
Our topic today is going to be about church attire and what we wear to church. What should we not? I don't know. That's the topic, relevantly.
Yeah. Dress code. Let's call it dress code.
My favorite thing in the world.
This one's going out to those high school students who have to deal with dress code. Yeah, though this is actually a really important conversation, because I have seen through my years in the church that dress code, when done wrong, drives people away. When you enforce such harsh rules as like, well, you can have the bracelet. You have one bracelet, but not two, and you can have one earring, but not two.
Yeah.
And guys can't have earrings, but girls can. Now that's a whole nother conversation. But just give your thoughts on this, I guess. What are your thoughts? I know your thoughts on dress code, but for the people listening.
So, one of the biggest things about, church and dressing up, the hardest things is, feeling approval, especially from, parents or leaders and stuff, because you guys know me. I'm a big leader at school. I love to do stuff. I get involved in stuff. But, showing that and, representing it is kind of hard, because I like to express myself through clothes, but sometimes I think too much about what I'm going to wear and how people are going to think about me. So I try to dress not...
differently than you like to.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because I feel like either people are going to be judging me, or I will feel uncomfortable because other people will be looking at me differently. And so, especially for church, that's kind of the hardest thing, because people say dress modestly, and you can't wear a dress too short, you can't wear spaghetti straps, and wear high heels, you can't wear sneakers, stuff like that. And it's just really hard to work around that, I guess.
Yeah. Well, and that's another thing with it's not just the dress code. There's a bunch of other rules. Or if you even don't act a certain way, you're going to be judged, which is a problem, because Jesus, he doesn't call us to judge.
Right.
Yeah,
well, he calls us to discern, not judge. There's a difference.
It's like when they were stoning the adulterer, and then he says, "He who hasn't sinned, throw the first stone."
And then he said, "Neither do I condemn you. Go and sin no more." And this really is about legalism. I think that's how I sum it up. Out of the three of us here, I have the least sense of style, the least concern with dress code. Never once has dress code affected me ever, because I've never done anything that would be outside of dress code. But I see how it affects other people. And it's a problem, because there's not a list in the Old or New Testament that's this is how long your hair can be, this is how long your skirt should be, and stuff like that. And even I find myself being why do we do the things we do? For instance, if I go to a Friday night Vespers, I'll wear this. I just wear what I always wear. If I go to church, I'll dress up fancy. Why? They're both in the church. They're both in the house of God. They're both times of worship. What's the difference? Tradition. That's about it. And we need to keep in mind that I can have my traditions. You can have your traditions. The problem is, and when legalism comes in, is when your traditions are required to become my traditions. And that's the difference.
And I think one thing we need to remember here is that it's come as you are. Not come in your Sunday best, not come in a suit and tie. It's come as you are. That's how God wants us to come to him.
Yes, and of course he'll continue to work on us.
Right.
And at some point we do expect we'll continue to strive toward the prize of Christ. But we do become as we are.
Right.
And dress code restrictions, I think, often, not all the time, obviously there has to be some rules, in general lead people away.
Yeah, it's really hard to see new people come to church and then feel and then just come for one time and then leave.
Feel judged and then leave.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, and I remember this one time there was this guy at my old church. It was a very conservative old white people kind of type of church. I'm sorry, but like that's how I would describe it. And he was this guy, and he was like, I think he was homeless, and he was dressed down like raggy clothes, dirty, didn't smell very good, and people would talk behind his back, and I like sat there and watched, and I was so sad because I feel like he could learn so much from us, but when we do stuff like that and judge people for like what they're wearing, what they look like, it's just really sad to see.
He can learn from us. We can also learn from him.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, folks, that Jesus was homeless.
Yeah, he wasn't dressed up in a three-piece suit.
Yes, Jesus, Isaiah 53 tells us he was not presentable. He was not this like lavish, handsome, makeup type person. He was homeless. He wandered around often in the wilderness. I mean, look at John the Baptist, for crying out loud. He wore camel skin basically as his clothes.
All right, well, it looks like we're coming up on our time limit here, unfortunately. We could do a whole episode about this, but we do have to cut it short. Speaking of where, we got a merch store now. As you can see, I'm repping the hoodie. Peyton's repping the hoodie. He's been sipping.
Some.
Yeah, she'll get some. And he's been sipping out of that Faith Talk mug this whole episode.
Double-sided.
Look at that. That's quality.
That's quality.
So thanks so much for tuning into this short webisode. Hopefully we'll catch you on the next one. Be sure to follow us on all our socials. We're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, pretty much anywhere you can find us. And please buy from our merch store. You don't have to, but it supports us and it helps us bring you higher quality content. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
God bless.